So one of the things that's quite difficult when you're deciding on your project is, oh my gosh, so what sort of fabric am I going to use? It says lightweight denim or crepe or 100% cotton, or sometimes a selection of all of those sort of things. So I'm just going to give you, this is just a sample of some of the fabrics that I've got here with me. The sort of things that you might, the sort of weight fabric that might be helpful for certain projects. So as I showed you earlier, I've used this one here, which is a sort of mid-weight stretchy denim. So this, or this one here that I did. So either of these would be perfect for trousers, a skirt, a sort of lightweight jacket or coat or something like that. Probably a little bit less suitable for doing something like a shirt, unless you were very confident, because it would be quite bulky at the seams. But this sort of thing is quite nice, just for, yeah, I mean, something like jeans if you wanted to make those, or dungarees or something like that. So this is just a plain one with no give in it at all, so that's just, that wouldn't stretch. And this one here has got a little bit of stretch in it. So just those sort of things. This would make a lovely pair of trousers. I think that's the next thing I'm going to make. And this is the fabric that I'm going to use for it. So yeah, so if you wanted something like a light to medium weight denim, you'd want to go for something a bit like that. Sort of cottons, lightweight 100% cotton, lovely for blouses and lightweight summer skirts, but might need lining. But something like this, really nice, high quality, high thread count, something quite bright and cheerful, and it would have quite a nice sort of drape to it. So because it's quite high thread count, quite soft, you'd get a nice bit of drape. So if you were doing a blouse or a top or even a summer dress or a skirt, something like this would be lovely. Although, as I said, a bit see-through, so you might either want to wear, if it was a skirt, a slip underneath it or to line it. But something like that, nice 100% cotton. So I've got a couple of those. Something like cotton linen blend. So something like this, and it's got a bit more of it's got a bit more structure to it, so it feels a bit more, not quite as flowy or as fluid. But something like this would be perfect for a summer skirt or dress, or trousers, or again a sort of duster coat, but a sort of cotton linen blend. And in fact, I've made this up into a skirt before, and it's great. But I generally wear a slip or something underneath it. Sometimes they're thick enough not to be lined, but not always. But generally, a pattern will tell you whether you need lining or not. So if you were doing something like an occasion outfit or something like that, if you were going to a wedding or a party or something, you might want to try something in a sort of silk. So these are sort of natural silks. Always a little bit more challenging because they often fray, but obviously just beautiful in terms of, you know, the sort of the effect that you get, particularly with something like this, which has got the warp and the weft are done in different colours, and so you get this beautiful sort of shimmer and sheen. And because it's this lovely natural fabric, they're just beautiful. Can crease a little bit, but you know, it's just lovely if you get the opportunity to wear 100% silk. So there's that sort of thing. But again, sort of, you know, sort of a bridal or wedding, or a sort of an occasion or something like that. Quite nice to wear something like that. So those are all just Thai silks. Okay, so if you were going to make a winter coat or something like that, you might want to look at something like boiled wool, which is great, fantastic fabric to work with because it doesn't fray. So all the, because it's all been boiled down and sort of pre-shrunk, it just doesn't fray. So it's it's really quite straightforward to work with. And what I've tended to do if I've used this is quite often I just to add a bit of an extra sort of finesse to it, I would sometimes use bias binding or something like that on the edge. But yeah, boiled wool is, and you can get this in, you know, lots of lovely colours and stuff like that to give yourself a really nice bright coat or something to wear for the winter. Or something like this, you know, again, something like this would be suitable for making a coat or a winter style jacket. Again, it's a wool, but it's just got a lot more, it's got this lovely sort of embroidery work on it. And in fact, that's going to be my next project for a sort of winter coat or a winter jacket. But so there's that one there. And finally, in terms of fabric, I'm going to look at some very lightweight, sort of flippy, sort of silk crepe or 100% silk. So lovely. I mean, these just give you such a lovely sort of fluidity when you're making a garment. But you can get, you know, a natural. You know, this is silk, but you can easily buy this in a man-made sort of equivalent. But just lovely, perfect for a blouse. Lovely sort of summery sort of or occasion sort of blouse like that, and you just get so much drape and flow with the fabric. So that would be something I would recommend for that. And you could be very brave or bold. I've got something like this one here, which again is 100% silk. This is actually an old sari, but could make some fantastic sort of again, a lovely sort of floaty sort of summery type dress or blouse. Would definitely need lining, because, or wearing a sort of slip or something, or, you know, because it would just be very, very see-through because it's quite light. But just again, that beautiful sort of flowing sort of fluidity that you get with these very lightweight fabrics. It's always a bit more of a challenge to sew slippy fabrics, but, you know, it's always good fun. And then last off in this little video, I'm just going to show you lining. So for example, if you were going to make something in this, for example, if you wanted to make a dress rather than a blouse and you thought actually it's a bit thin, I would quite want to line it, that you would possibly use something like this. And again, lining comes in literally tons and tons and tons of colours. You can, you know, this would sit very nicely underneath that and would give the garment a bit more structure, and it would stop it sort of being see-through. But again, so I've just got a small selection of what I've got here. This lovely turquoise, I've got a white one here that would be quite useful, and then just a purpley one. But again, lining comes in all sorts of colours and sort of widths and textures, so it's always worth just double checking again, and a colour match against the fabric that you're going to put it with. So I hope that's been helpful. If you like the video, please click the like and subscribe, and do comment if there are any other videos that you would like to see us making about fabric and choosing fabric. I would always suggest, if you can, is going along to fabric shops, because looking, and if you're allowed in touching fabric and just getting an idea of actually how it looks in the light and how it drapes, will really help you make the right decision about the fabric to buy for your project. But anyway, I wish you happy sewing, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.